Hello and welcome to this week's look at our indicators at Biyond. My name's Nathan Batchelor and I'll be your host for today. So before I begin, I'm just going to read through a brief disclaimer. Please feel free to read along as well. Beyond Trader LLC is strictly a research publishing firm. The information we publish is based on our opinions plus our quantitative models, statistical and financial data and independent research. This service is not registered with any financial regulatory agency such as the SEC or any other organization or governmental body. By using our platform or our services, you acknowledge that we do not provide personalized recommendation or advice. Alternative asset classes are volatile investments and carry significant risk. Please do your own research before making any financial decisions. Okay, so on this week's agenda, I'm going to be having a look at Ethereum in depth because obviously it's very topical and Ethereum has started to break out and it very much looks like that's going to continue. I think before I get to Ethereum, I'm just going to briefly go over Bitcoin, and you can see on our dashboard at Biyond, we've got over here Biyond Atlas and Biyond Vanguard. So as things stand for Biyond Atlas, it's moving above the 100 area. So ideally, because it's an inverse indicator, we'd like to see Atlas turning below the 100 level this week and starting to turn down and eventually start to pick up some bearish momentum, because obviously that would help the bullish momentum being a inverse indicator. If we have a look at Vanguard and last week and the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing that it's been fluctuating on a weekly basis anyway, between green and blue. This week, it very much looks like if we close the week above the 118,000 level for Bitcoin, we're going to get a green buy signal for Bitcoin. So I'd have a look at that close around 118. According to our 2.0 trading model, that's the area that it kind of flips back into green. So do watch out for that. So now I'm going to move onto Ethereum, and let's start with the long versus short ratio here, because it's telling us some really interesting things, and I think it's giving us a bit of a heads up that this move in Ethereum could just be beginning. So here we have our global section of our long short ratio, and this is really representing the retail accounts and how they're positioned. And as you can see, as Ethereum started to move sharply higher, we can see that retail have been really heavily selling into this move, and they're currently overly short. And we can see that the last time that they were overly short Ethereum, we had this really significant move to the upside. And the fact that they've got this same bias in the market leads me to believe that this is just the beginning, and we're more likely than not to see some more major upside next week, probably far above the 4,000 level. So I think that's really interesting information, knowing that retail are incredibly short going into next week, and that could really provide more fuel for the market to go higher. Moving on, and it's no less bullish if we have a look at Biyond Atlas for Ethereum. So let's switch over the symbol from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and let's see what Biyond Atlas is doing. So currently it's 99.39. Those of you who follow Biyond will know that Bitcoin is above 100, so that means it's bearish. So if we have a look at the marker here, the closer we move towards the red zone, the more bearish we get, and if we move down towards the green zone, we know that these parabolic advances tend to take place. So the fact that Ethereum at the moment is very close to moving into the green zone and it's sloping down, it's really bullish moving into next week. And again, it's something that I wish we were seeing for Bitcoin, but sadly we're not. But the fact that this is tilting lower, we're underneath 100 and we're moving towards that green zone, again, strong hints that Ethereum's going to continue to move higher next week. If we move on to our final indicator that we're going to look at today, and that is Biyond Vanguard, which is obviously our trend following indicator. And we're going to have a look at Ethereum now and see how it's doing. So at the moment, Ethereum closed last week, or this week rather, with a green buy signal, a blue signal, and a green signal on the 3-day we're seeing now, and on the 1-day. So according to our 2.0 model, we're going to see Ethereum is going to close in the green. So I guess that suggests that we've got more upside. If we have a look at the green candles, when they start to form, it tends to happen in bunches or rows, however you want to categorize it, but it's extremely bullish anyway. And the fact that this week we're going to be closing in the green is a great sign. And obviously, No sign of upside exhaustion yet for our trend following indicator. Signs of exhaustion obviously come with orange or red. Blue is basically sometimes telling us that momentum is slowing down somewhat, but you still want to be buying dips. The fact that it's green is telling us that the likelihood of moving higher again is strong. So this is all aligning with what we're seeing with our indicators. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum nearing the 5,000 level next week. So all to play for going into next week. And I think what we really need to see is Bitcoin starting to move higher. And if Biyond Atlas starts to move under 100, then that will be a great sign that we're starting to see bullish momentum for Bitcoin picking up. And that could also aid Ethereum, even though Ethereum is benefiting from ETH BTC moving higher at the moment. It'll still be good to get Bitcoin on track. So we've got a real broad-based rally going into next week. So I hope you enjoyed that, and do check out our website and the indicators and track them as things progress. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again next week.